Hello, this is Pastor Lucy Painter with your daily insight. Today I've been thinking about the many times I have felt like quitting or giving up. And I know that you have ever felt this. And one man in the Bible was at a point of giving up. His name is Elijah. He did not die. He was taken in a whirlwind. He was called the prophet of fire. He was so mighty. But there was a time in his life that he felt he cannot go on. He felt he just wants to give up and quit. He ran and hid himself under a tree. And the prayer he prayed was, Lord, take me, I'm ready to die. He felt that way because a woman had threatened his life. And he could not understand why God was not intervening or fighting for him. You know, as I reflect on this, I know sometimes we expect God to act in a certain way. But when he doesn't, our faith hits the bottom. And sometimes we may feel completely fearless and continually cheerful. But sometimes we may be in trouble and we may respond like Elijah responded. He's not the only man who responded this way. Even Job at one time thought the best thing he could do was die. Jeremiah also had such moments. We sometimes become illogic when we turn from faith to fear and self-pity sets in. And we feel like we can just say, we are tired. Elijah was saying it's enough. Basically, he's tired. He's like, I've done my part. I can't take it anymore. But you know what the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 10:13? No temptation is uncommon. Whatever you're going through, somebody else went through it. And this is what God did. When Elijah lied down and decided it's time to die, the Lord sent angels to resuscitate him, to give him refreshment. And then the Lord told him, you need to walk. You have a long way to go. And if you are in such a place, I want to tell you, it's not the end. You have a long way to go. And we find that Elijah goes into a cave and he is there wondering, what does the Lord want me to do? Why am I here? And you know, sometimes we feel like that. We question if we are in our place. We question if we are in our way of our duty. We question whether what we are doing is really important. And Elijah gets a moment of telling God, you know what? I have been the only one serving you. I've done all this, I've done all that. And he thought he was the only one left that was serving the Lord. But the Lord rebuked him and told him, no, you're not the only one. But one thing I want us to note in this is that for some reason, there was the wind blowing. An earthquake came. There was fire. And Elijah did not seem to be afraid of the wind, of the earthquake, or the fire. And then there was a still small voice that came to him and asked what he is doing there. Through all the noise of the wind, of the earthquake, of the fire, he heard the small voice. I want to urge you today, don't look for God in the big things. Are we listening to God? Are we listening? Are we listening? That small, still voice. Can we be able to shut out the noise of the world? Can we be able to stop every self-pity? Can we rise above feeling depressed and remember that God's purpose for us may not be over? Can we just navigate through the noise and listen to that still small voice. Because when Elijah heard this voice, he was instructed to continue to go anoint 3 different people. His ministry was not over. And I want to tell you, yours too is not over. In the midst of the noise, listen to that still small voice. Thank you.